All right, Huge Movie Fanatics coming right back at you with another world-famous review request from the very loyal The Cookie Monster 70. This is a movie review request he sent like end of last summer or something
Yeah.
like that I'd hoped to do in October. Whatever, we're doing it now, which is for Return of the Living Dead, the Dan O'Bannon film. Now, I'm a big fan. I like Dan O'Bannon.
I do too.
I don't know, have you seen Dark Star?
Ages ago.
Okay, now I'm a big fan. I grew up with Dark Star. I love Dark Star. I love the comedy, and I also love Dan O'Bannon as a performer. And I've always loved him in Dark Star, and I loved his comedy. And I know he was disappointed when the movie shown, and the few people in the theater didn't laugh, and it was basically regarded as not funny by other people. And he was disappointed in that because that is true. Different people have different senses of humor. And to make a long story short, I like Dan O'Bannon, and this is his first movie directorial debut, and this is a movie that was kind of a big deal back in the when it came out. I mean, like I remember seeing Frank Goria T-shirts and in the cover art and all that. I never saw it until like I don't know when, maybe just a few years ago. I bought the DVD, so I never actually saw it until a while ago, and I just rewatched it within the last few days. I wasn't interested in what the cover. I wasn't really interested in dead movies when I was a kid. When I got into horror, I wanted Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, that kind of stuff. I really wasn't interested in dead. And the title Return of the Living Dead made it seem like a sequel, which it really isn't. It's its own movie based on, obviously Night of the Living Dead.
I think it, in its inception, was supposed to be a sequel.
Because John Russo is like one of the story people. Is that the Night of the Living Dead John Russo, I can only assume?
I would imagine, yeah.
So it was intended to be
it was intended to be a sequel, but the same year, I think, came out with Dawn of the Dead, which is the true, actual sequel.
Same year. This was like '84.
Maybe what? Oh, maybe.
So maybe A Day of the Dead came out around.
Yeah, I think that was around that. But there's something like that. But if you read like the backstory and stuff, this was supposed to be the intended. And they even mentioned Night of the Living Dead in the movie.
Oh, sure. I think I just rewatched this a couple of days ago just to be fresh, and I think that this is just phenomenal. I mean, I love the sense of humor and the sensibility of this movie, and the characters are all so, like, maybe not so much the kids, but like the guys at the warehouse and stuff, they're great. Clue Gallagher, I think if that's how you say his name, from Nightmare on Elm Street 2, that's where I know him from. The dad is like, Mother, there's nothing wrong with that thermostat. And he's just such an idiot in that movie, and that's how I just always see him. But the three, like the Tom, I forgot his last name, the guy who ends up being in Jason Lives, Tom whatever his name is, fuck it. And the three people that, that start off at the beginning, I just love them guys. And I also like the guy who works at the Balmer guy too. Those four guys, the casting is unbelievable, and I just love the tongue-in-cheekness about this movie. Linnea Quigley is like, it's some of her like physical. This is like, if you want to showcase Linnea Quigley's body, I mean, this is the one to do it in. And I love her character and how she just gets all like, just wants to, she's taking her clothes off again. And I love the writing and I love the characters. When I watched this, I wish to myself more movies were like this, where it's just like, it's so just tongue-in-cheek and it's generic in the best way. I just love, it boils down to, I love Dan O'Bannon's sense of humor, and he wrote the screen. I mean, I think other people were involved in the story, but he was the one who actually did the screenplay. And I absolutely just love that, and actually it's so fun from the very beginning, and the whole bit about the gas and like the that movie Night of the Living Dead, that wasn't true. I'll tell you what's true. Mm-hmm. The whole thing's just so fun, mm-hmm. And there are some pretty gosh darn good visual, I mean not visual, but makeup effects. Several. The whatever you want to call them, the first Blaines, guy, and the green guy, and I love how it's just like, the movie lied. I don't know if you remember that, but he's like, that's how they did it in the movie. And the Tom guy who's going to end up being in Jason Lives is like, the movie lied Like, I love the writing. I'm running dry. I'll
Star?
I think as much as I love it, for me it's only 3 stars because it is just so whatever. But you know, I still, that doesn't mean I don't like it. I like it. It's just for me, I can't go more than 3 stars. But it's great.
I would also give it 3 stars. I thought it was funny too. That's what sort of works. It sort of does the Scream Cabin in the Woods thing where it's like, it's funny, it's satirical, but it also is sort of a genuine horror movie as well. Like, I mean, it works as a horror movie, at least when you're younger, and like, zombies don't scare me, so like it's hard to find any fear in that anyway. So I liked the comedic approach that this movie took. The performances were pretty good. The effects, like you mentioned, the makeup and stuff, that was really nice. I dug it. It was.
I love how they put that pickaxe in that first zombie's head, and it's just like, that's when it's like, this happens, it works in the movie, and Big Tom's like, I love saying it over and over, the movie live, because it's in the trailer, it seems like over and over or something like that. And then it's like, I love how like when they're gonna, oh man, there's so many genius points when it's like, he's got to tell him the combination, all right, left 30, and what's his name, the owner is way over there, so he won't get attacked, and as soon as the door opens, it runs right to the owner.
The sense of humor is the best thing about this.
Oh my gosh, and the actors, actually, I was going to listen to all the commentary, I listened to like the first 10 minutes, Dan O'Bannon I wish he would have, because I like him as a performer, was going to be that, not the owner, but the other guy who got poisoned with Tom.
Okay,
But the guy who ended up playing him, he's great too.
Yeah, he was good.
But I would have liked to see Dan in the movie. I think his voice, there's a cameo in the helicopter voice.
Yeah, I think so too. I seem to remember he has a very
I
distinct
love
voice.
his voice. I love Dan O'Bannon.
Yeah.
So anyway, continue.
So yeah, I agree. The sense of humor is what really works for this.
Yeah, and Linnea Quigley is like great. And it's just like, do you ever wonder what it'd be like to be, or I can't remember, the worst way to die or whatever she says, and that's kind of what gets her all excited, horny or whatever. It's just funny, you know. And I love that one fucking guy is all like tall and big and like just black and just punk rock, whatever. He's like, what do you think this is? Just costume? This is way of life, you know. And I love how the whole movie is just basically true and also just poking fun at everything.
Yeah, I like that too. Real quick, did you see any of the sequels?
I don't think so. Are there 3 or was there 4 now?
I think there's 4 sequels. There's the 2 direct ones, and then the 2 ones that they did after that.
I don't think I did.
So I never saw the second one. It wasn't supposed to be very good. The third one was actually kind of good. The only problem with that one is it took the humor out of it, and it was a straightforward like zombie movie. But it was really interesting because the zombie was like a character, and she was really interesting and cool. And they went like punk rock with it. But that Return of the Living Dead 3 I really liked. I didn't see the 2 of beyond that.
All right.
Just throwing that out there in case you were wondering.
All right. So you done?
Yes.
Return of the Living Dead. It's like I say, it sounds so much like a sequel to me. That's probably why I never saw it, because I was like, well, I never saw The Living Dead. You know? Is there a movie called that?
No, it was Night of the Living Dead and then Return of the Living Dead was the idea.
But
so,
okay, sure.
But,
All right, thanks for watching. And also, the Cookie Monster 70, thanks for requesting.
yeah, request more. We'd like to do them.
Yeah, and this goes out to anyone else watching too. Request movies. If we see them, we'll review them. Thanks for watching.